A new report has revealed that the Post Office continued to defend the civil lawsuit, spending £100 million of taxpayers' money, but knew that losses in branches' accounts, could be caused by faults in their IT system.
What's more, Post Office bosses did not disclose the Deloitte report to the High Court legal team acting for the branch operator, and its existence has sparked calls for criminal charges.
Well, Alert Harwood, solicitor at Howe & Co, who are representing over three-quarters of sub-postmasters at the Horizon IT inquiry, joins us now. Albert, what are the criminal implications of this new report?
Good morning, Nicola.
Good morning.
Good
David.
morning.
Thank you for having me back. I mean, again, we're just surprised that the evidence just keeps coming and coming. Just when you think that you can't go any lower in terms of morals, suddenly you get this. In terms of criminal prosecutions, there's various things which may flow from this. Obviously, there was evidence given to to Parliament, to the Select Committee, which we now know wasn't true. Arguably, money has been received by the Post Office. This is one of the issues. So, where the sub-postmasters were paying money into the account for the losses, we don't know where this money went to. So, this money, we understand it may have gone into the profit and loss account of the Post Office, which would have been shared as profits.
And you say that, sorry, you mentioned there that people had lied at the Select Committee inquiry. Is that's what's come out of this report? Well,
I mean, I think one of the things evidence was given to say that there wasn't any knowledge of issues with the system, and that people could go into it.
So let's just be really clear here, because obviously this has affected real people whose lives have been decimated by what is going on. This Deloitte report, entitled Bramble, essentially said, when you look at this, can the system be altered centrally? And that is, my understanding is what they found is they realised that actually it could be. They then did not disclose that to the High Court, and yet, even knowing that, they still went after the sub-postmasters. Now that is reprehensible.
I mean, I completely agree. And also, there was a process in the High Court case where the Post Office were basically outspending the sub-postmasters. So the sub-postmasters obviously had limited funds, the Post Office had unlimited funds, and they kept pushing and pushing, even though they had this report, which they should have disclosed. I mean, the court procedure would say, if you have this kind of document, you should disclose it to the court.
And more than £1 million of unexplained transactions were transferred to Post Office profits. Do we know what happened to those?
See, this is still being looked into. The inquiry is going to be restarting shortly. And hopefully the inquiry will get to the bottom. And we've been pushing for this for now a number of years to find out exactly what happened.
So do we think, so essentially we were talking about the shortfalls that were being made up for by the sub-postmasters, and I think
the shortfalls didn't actually exist.
Which they didn't exist, and I think that was highlighted so well in that drama, actually, about the devastation that was wreaked on those poor sub-postmasters and mistresses. But so essentially they were making up the supposed shortfall. That was going into some sort of suspense account. They then moved that into the P&L. That then reflected on the dividends paid to the shareholders. We think,
that would be my understanding, that's the most likely, but I mean, we don't know, and I assume the inquiry will look into this, but I mean, you're then moving into territory of money being obtained, arguably, by deception. But again, this is something which would... The other point is the police are running an investigation parallel to the inquiry. So they're core participants, so they are looking at this, and as more and more evidence comes to light at the inquiry and outside, they will be taking this into account.